Come, let us explore why everyone's talking about emotional regulation meditation. Together, let us explore the 16th passage of Prahevajra's vast expanse of the Dharma-like mind. We could begin with the opaque root text and then explore its commentary. By the way, this commentary is available for free download. Simply, you click the appropriate link in the description area below the video. Let's see here. Together. Pushing, pushing, and confusion are neither good nor bad, but simply arise from the complete path of enlightenment. The 5 objects of enjoyment, as well, are said to be merely an ornament of wisdom's dharmadatta dimension, accessed through awareness and release. And now the commentary. Although it could be argued, according to what some describe as proto-Buddhism, these simple, powerful teachings prior to its institutional counterpart, the result of Yang's religious or irreligious patriarchy and its corrosive effect, the same effect it's had upon Taoism and Hinduism and Christianity and every other spiritual and secular movement upon which it has placed its sticky little fingers. The path of enlightenment was as simple as the Buddha's 8-fold path. A closer, more clear-eyed examination reveals that the remaining 6 folds flow effortlessly from our practice and mastery of mindfulness and meditation, the 7th and 8th folds, respectively. The fundamental duality of fearing and hoping, dreading and desiring, aversion and avarice we could feel, ranges from the intellectual to the visceral, concerning all that could be noticed, from the external to the internal, from the physical to the mental, from the pleasurable to the painful, from the interesting to the boring, and from the glorious to the grotesque. However, neither of these phenomena nor our preferences concerning them are good or bad, for they are simply things that our mindfulness notices and our meditation releases, and as such pave the Buddha's path. Pushing, and confusion are neither good nor bad, but simply arise from the complete path of enlightenment. The grim-faced, pursed-lipped minions of orthodoxy wave at us a bony finger, rebuking the delight we take in the visual, auditory, kinesthetic, gustorial, and olfactory, the pleasures of eye, ear, flesh, tongue, and nose, as well as the mind that perceives them, all the while forgetting or ignoring or simply not knowing that it is only by noticing them vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly during our inhalation, as silently and mentally we recite the demonstrative pronoun this, that we could mentally release them subtly or coarsely, as physically we relax involuntarily during each exhalation, as silently and mentally we recite the monosyllabic verb, ease. And as such experience the union of bliss and emptiness. For every time we relax into our exhalation, whatever we noticed during our previous inhalation could at least somewhat feel as non-graspable as a vast empty void. Like the illusion of the infinite azure sky on a bright and beautiful cloudless morn, which, although looking tantalizing to the eye, feel non-graspable to the hand. The five objects of enjoyment as well are said to be merely an ornament of wisdom's Dharmadhata dimension accessed through awareness and release. Thus, there is no need to either debaucherously chase nor piously flee any pleasure, for harmonizing with the mindfulness and meditation that are the birthright of our autonomic nervous system. Our choices, utterances, and deeds could flow in the effortless effort of love's centered spontaneity. And so doing, dance our way through life, creating behind us a wake of kindness, spontaneous and uncontrived. And now that we have a pretty good beat on things, let's return to the root text with brighter eyes than before. Pulling, pushing, and confusion are neither good nor bad, but simply arise from the complete path of enlightenment. The five objects of enjoyment as well are said to be merely an ornament of wisdom's Dharmadhata dimension accessed through awareness and release. Come, let us harmonize with the natural mindfulness and meditation that are our birthright. Having completed our opening lesson, it's time for us to now shift gears. It is Qui-Gon Jinn Tuesday morning. Come, let us meditate like a Jedi after approximately 30 seconds of housekeeping. This is the Dzogchen Sende Lama Jigme Gyatso of the Buddha Joy Meditation School. For more than 30 years, I have harnessed my autistic special interests as well as my ADHD hyperfocus to spend about 8 hours a day, almost every day, studying, practicing, mastering, and reverse engineering with the teachings and techniques of each school of meditation so that I can become your personal, nerdy, neurodivergent guide to nirvana. Welcome, my friends, to Meditate Like a Jedi, which is made possible due to the generosity of viewers just like you. For the remainder of this morning's live stream, let's play with the latest iteration of very easy meditation practice text, or sadhana, if you're nasty. In Stairway to Heaven, Led Zeppelin reminded us there are two paths we can walk on. We can actively cooperate with our Buddha nature, or we can passively cooperate with our Buddha nature, or we can actively compete against it. How do we do that? By relying upon our medial and dorsolateral prefrontal cortex to actively focus and actively analyze as a default setting. We do that. You see, active analysis and active focus are like sprinting. They have their time and place. But you don't want to do that for a 10K. you will really injure yourself needlessly. Just as Scotty chided on Star Trek the original series, "Aye laddie, the right tool for the right job." Similarly, we don't want to bring a knife to a gunfight, and we don't want to bring a sprint to a marathon. So, what's the problem of trying to do that? Excessive use of active focus and active analysis will exhaust our prefrontal cortex and cause us to present with symptoms of depression. In addition, it will trigger our amygdala, the seat of both anxiety and aggression. The good news is neither the amygdala nor the prefrontal cortex constitute the entirety of our central nervous system. Case in point, every time we inhale, we are already wired to automatically access the sympathetic nervous system ensconced within the middle third of our spinal cord. The sympathetic nervous system has evolved to help us vulnerably, passively, viscerally, randomly, and fleetingly notice mind's antics of perception, emotion, intention, cognition, recollection, and imagination. Not with the pushing and the pulling and the picking and the choosing of what to notice and what to ignore, but practice vulnerably and notice all manner of phenomena, whatever comes up in the cerebral whack-a-mole, that game that exists between our ears, be it external or internal, physical or mental, pleasurable or painful, interesting or boring, glorious or grotesque. Every time we exhale, we are already wired by our parasympathetic nervous system, which has been divided between the lower third and the upper third of our spinal cord, to support our physical relaxation and mental release to such a degree that which we noticed during our previous inhalation could fleetingly feel less stressful, less permanent, and less defining. So that's a lot of information. But let's put it to you this way. The more we cooperate with our sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, in harmony with the fifth and fourth enlightenment factors, the more we'll experience the seventh enlightenment factor. So the key to doing this is to not only cooperate with our sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems, but to do so passively, which can seem daunting for those of us raised to be controlling, raised to feel, raised to forget that right effort is effortless effort. So what's the secret? It's as easy as silently and mentally reciting the demonstrative pronoun this during our inhalation to effortlessly practice the mindfulness of the first enlightenment factor. The first and sixth enlightenment factors. Let me put it to you this way. Because the sixth enlightenment factor is just the air coalescing into our lungs. and to silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb ease during our exhalation, that we might effortlessly practice the meditation of the fifth enlightenment factor. So let's do this together as a team. While sustainably we sit, all the while respecting the temporary and ever-changing limitations of our joints, especially as we age. Asceticism is not a requirement. Remember, the moment you have a specific question about Buddhist philosophy or meditation, do not hesitate to type your question in great detail in the chat window. For I tend to check for questions approximately once every 13 minutes or so. Now, if you're watching a replay, simply type your question in the comment area, and I will do my best to answer your question. I will do my best to send you in the form of a short reel that I will send to you. Okay, let's practice. As we breathe in, we silently and mentally recite the demonstrative pronoun this. As we breathe out, we silently and mentally recite the one-syllable verb is. You have taken your first step into a much larger world. If you feel that I have earned it, you could give this live stream a thumbs up. You could even help support this channel. In approximately 11 hours, I would very much like to return to lead today's evening meditation class, as well as group practice. And if you are as geeky as me, may the Force be with you always.